So what I'm doing today is I'm putting in this slab door from Home Depot, and you know, a lot of people probably haven't done this. It's an existing hole. A lot of these come pre-hung, and I couldn't tell you why the doors aren't here. The only thing I'm not going to be able to do today is I don't have my door hole jig with me, or my hole saws, to make this, so that's going to have to wait until next time. But what I usually do is I put the door in the hole and I measure I'll put marks where the hinges go. You'll see them there. That one's a little high, but I'm pushing the door up in there kind of high. And then I'll take one of these brackets off and measure the offset, because the hinges aren't flat in there, right? They're probably, I don't know, I'll stick a measurement in there, but I think it's 1/4 of an inch. And we're going to mortise this side where these marks are to get that door to sit in there flat. So here we go. Okay, so I've taken the other side of the hinge off and I've measured, basically just going to kind of trace where this should go. And I use my combination square to set the depth, which is exactly 1/4 away. And now we're just going to do it old school and use a chisel and knock the thickness of this hinge out of this spot right here. And I'll repeat that process 3 times. Should probably pull this sticker off, but yeah. So here we go. So the first thing I do when I'm chiseling this out, and let me tell you, if I had my routers, and I don't know where they are. Either they got stolen out of my truck, or I left them in Oak Harbor. Either way, I don't have them. So what I'll do is I'll take my chisel and I'll pound it in about to the depth that I need. I might have went a little too deep. And then I'll take the chisel and I'll knock out the area that I need. And again, I'll just repeat that 3 times. I'm not going to be able to show you me doing it because I only have 2 hands. So here we go. I'll show you the end result. Okay, so I've been hacking away at this for a few minutes. I forgot how hard this was. I got kind of dull knives. Usually I would just put my router on there and set it at a certain depth and just zip it out, but this is old school. So so at any rate, there's my hacked up hole, and you just want to make sure that that fits in there flat, and you're going to want to make sure that this is straight, because if it's not straight, if it's cockeyed a little bit, it's going to make it hard to hang the door. So so you really got to take your time and make sure that this is in there straight. And you can see I kind of hacked away a little bit extra right here, but it's not going to matter too much when I set that hinge in there. So there's 1, 2 more to go. So I'm starting the second one, and you can see how I've set my combination square up to the depth that I need to align it, and then I'm just going to set it there and trace around it. Okay, so there's mortise number 2. You can see what that looks like. Just 1 more. Okay, now that all 3 spots are mortised, I'm going to put these in here and I'm going to start the screws, but I'm not going to tighten them down. I'll get them so they're just about proud, little 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch, and then I'm going to set the door, put the hinges on, and make sure that the pins will slide in, and then I'll tighten them down. And that'll give you some slop room, you know, if they'll find their home as you tighten them down. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so once again, I just left them loose, and then I got the pins started on each one, and then I'm going to come back, and now I'm just going to tighten down the screws that are in there. You'll see them pretty close on all of them. Okay, that's that. Slab doors installed. Got the hinges on there. Again, the only thing I'm missing is the hole for the knob, but as soon as I get a jig for that, I'll put that in so we actually have a doorknob. But until then, it's at least there's something covering the door, and it's not a cheesy blanket or something. So at any rate, thanks for watching. Oh, let's see, can I get back out? Gonna have to put some kind of handle on there. So yeah, but that's that. Everything's in and tightened down. Okay. Again, thanks for watching.